All right, so we've covered the notes. Let's take a look at this homework problem. All right, coal generating plant, 900 BTUs per kilowatt hour heat rate is being investigated to have 25% of its energy replaced by torrefied wood. Using the data below, calculate the percent by weight of CO2 emissions that would be produced by the torrefied wood compared to burning the CO2. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's what we're looking at. 900 BTUs per kilowatt hour. Coal-fired power plant. 9,000 BTUs per kilowatt hour. Heat rate. So 9,000 BTUs go in to produce 1 kilowatt hour of electricity is what that means. And now what we're going to go is 75% coal and 25% biomass. And this is by weight. And now the CO2 obviously is going to come off because both the coal and the wood are going to produce CO2. The coal has a heating value of 12,000, torrefied wood 10,000. Coal is 70% carbon, torrefied wood is only 30% carbon. So let's just see here. I think there's a little too much for me to blast through in a mere 5 minutes, but I will do an overview. So what we're looking at to get 9,000 BTUs, we know we have 1 pound of wood is 12,000 BTUs. And we know that 70% of that is carbon, so 0.7 carbons per every pound of coal, 0.7 pounds per every pound of coal, gives us a half a pound of carbon. Excuse me. Okay, now we know that when the carbon isn't coming out by itself, oxygen is being added to it. Carbon has a molecular weight of 1 pound per 1 molar pound. So 1 mole gives 0.04375 pound moles of carbon. And for every mole of carbon, there's a mole of CO2. So the same number pound moles of CO2. And then finally, for every pound mole of CO2, we have 44 pounds. So there's that 12 to 1. So here's your 12 carbon. There's your 44 CO2. That's where that ratio comes from. So 1.92 pounds of CO2. Now, if we do it with wood instead, so remember here's let's see something. Okay, so the weight of, so now we'll look at the weight of the torrefied wood to be used. So again, we need the 9,000 BTUs. If 25% of that is coming in as torrefied wood, 25% TW, 9,000 times 25% is 2,250 BTUs, gives a result of 0.222 pounds of torrefied wood. We know that the carbon in the wood is 30%. So of that 0.225 pounds of torrefied wood, 0.06 pounds of it are carbon. We run the same numbers to get pounds. So we just repeat what we did before, and we figure out that 0.2475 of that is CO2 from the torrefied wood. So there are our ratios. Okay, so now here's where we throw in the 75% times our 1.9. So where'd the 1.9 come from? Right here. 75% times the 1.9 pounds of CO2. So 1.44 of it comes from the coal. Torrefied wood CO2. Again, that we take our result, 0.2475. So the total is the CO2 from the wood plus the CO2 from the from the coal plus the carbon gives us the total. Now to get the percentage, it's 15%. What's not, so that seems kind of good, 25% of the fuel is coming from the wood, but only 15% of the CO2 emissions. What's not clear is whether the energy content of, the energy output goes up or down.
Right.
You would kind of hope that the energy content stays nice and high, but it's not clear. Okay, so just a little stoichiometry in the afternoon.
We love it.
Yeah.